how electronic waste harms our environment. Would you please welcome Cindy Wong? So Cindy Wong is a sophomore at Palo Alto High School. In her free time, she enjoys solving creative math puzzles, riding thrilling roller coasters, and playing soccer.
Hi everyone, my name is Cindy and today I'll be talking about the harmful effects of electronic waste on our environment. Next slide, please. So first of all, when you hear the words electronic waste, you aren't really as familiar with it or worried by this word compared to words such as global warming or greenhouse gas emissions. However, it's quite ironic because although this is not a common issue talked about, electronic waste is a huge contribution towards greenhouse gas emissions. Firstly, electronics waste is a major problem. For example, over 1 billion computers are discarded by this year 2020. And as the access to technology around the world increases, there are more electronic waste, so this problem also increases. Next slide, please. So the differences between recycling your electronic waste versus just throwing in the trash is actually huge. Every year, just in the United States alone, over 30 million computers are thrown away, and daily more than 80,000 computers are thrown away instead of being recycled. Daily, if we recycled all our computers instead of throwing it away, we would be able to generate electricity for over 105,000 houses for that day. So instead of throwing away our electricity, if we recycled it, we would be able to generate and save electricity, which would also be benefiting our environment. Next slide, please. So what are the benefits of reusing or recycling your computers? Well, first, recycling electronics conserves valuable resources and highly engineered materials, such as metals, plastics, and glass. It also avoids air pollution and water pollution, as well as greenhouse gas emissions. You may wonder, how does it avoid pollution? Well, when you wrongly discard electronics, they're thrown away in landfills, and the harmful chemicals in the electronics seep into the earth or into the ocean, which the chemicals can kill marine life in the ocean, and also the chemicals will go into the air when they decompose, which causes air pollution. So instead, if we recycled our electronics, we'd be able to not only save energy, but be benefiting our environment. Next slide, please. So what are the dangers of computer waste or discarding it incorrectly? Well, e-waste can harm not only the environment, but also humans. So it can cause many diseases such as skin cancer, brain damage, lung cancer, and kidney disease from the harmful chemicals which are polluting the air in our environment. As I said earlier, it can also damage our atmosphere with the chemicals going into the air, and the toxic materials can also seep into the land and the sea, harming animals and also us humans. Next slide, please. So what is the solution? Well, if your computer is still in usable condition, you should donate your computers. There's a lot of, for example, you could donate your computers to low-income schools or after-school clubs that do not have as much access to electronics. For example, I'm part of this Interact Club, which helps donate computers to these kids, and this is not only helping the environment, but it allows these kids to have access to electronics, whereas they normally would not. And also, if your computer is not in usable condition, you can always recycle your computers. And in every city, there's always computer recycling drop-offs. So you can go to that place and drop off your computer there, and then they would be able to help you correctly recycle your computers. Next slide, please.